3 things that can make every day extraordinary. They may seem hard to find, but it's not. It's Savoy Life, and we're going to help you get there.
We're in search of a Savoy life, a life where elegance can be easy and luxury can be cool. Our inspiration comes from Savoy magazine, so get ready to make your life a Savoy life. On this premiere edition of Savoy Life, tips from a design pro that will show you how to put the finishing touches on a furnished room. Plus, we'll hit the links in style with some golf tips that are sure to elevate both your look and your game. And then, it's fashion first as we take a conservative record executive and give him what every fashion-conscious man needs, a look that redefines cool. Later, we'll show you how 2 best friends unwind with a relaxing weekend that is sure to soothe the mind, body, and soul. And finally, it's all hands on deck as we show you how to party with your best friends on board a gorgeous yacht. Coming up. Hi, I'm Lisa Johnson-Smith, and today you and I are in search of a Savoy life. Now, every journey has a starting point, and this particular one starts right at home. You know, where you really want everything to look more than just furnished, you want it to look finished, too. Angelique and James Francis and their 3 children moved into their spacious new home 2 years ago. They took their time and have just finished furnishing most rooms. Their favorite space is the dining room, but they both feel that it's still lacking the wow factor.
I think we do a pretty good job of building the base and the core of things, but just that extra little element of accessorizing where we haven't gone as far.
Sometimes when I go out on my own, I feel like I did it and I'm on the right path, and then I feel like I fall over the cliff. Because then it's like, okay, that was too much. So I sort of want someone to keep us in control.
Enter Rick Brown, a design expert and owner of design store EB Home. He will help James and Angelique put the finishing touches on their dining room.
Okay, Mr. Brown, here's your project.
Wow,
this is what
beautiful.
You gotta make happen. We still like it, but I think that it needs a fresher approach.
Gotcha. And we want to take it up a new notch where it's comfortable to come in, dress it up, dress it down in between season.
Good.
Got a lot of linear planes like the mantle, the table, the sideboard, and then a beautiful server. So there are a lot of things that we'll be able to play with to accent what's already happening in this room.
You know, we want to make sure that it can play formally as well as somewhat informally so that we can get more use out of it as well.
The great thing about having a professional is I can help you complete those thoughts.
We entertain all across the board. We do a lot of family functions, we'll do kiddie things, and I sort of love themes. And so as long as I can incorporate a theme into this, I'm very happy. We want the finished room to look and feel fabulous.
Right.
Fabulously sexy.
I think what we can do on a day-to-day basis is give you something that's not as formal, be a little more casual, a nice centerpiece that even without flowers it'll look beautiful.
Right.
And then we can have some cylinders that are flanked out to fill the table in that you can put your fresh flowers in.
Right.
What's important for this room is that we just sort of pull together a common thread and to really bring out the architecture and not take away from that.
Okay, great.
Let's go to work.
Drop that bass.
I'm looking for some candles, maybe a vase or 2. The color theme is black, white, and glass. But this will work. Nice little clean, simple.
Yes, how can I help you?
Or some lamps for a sideboard. That's it. You have 2?
I have 2.
I think Rick has come in and worked very well with us. Very easy to talk to and communicate our ideas, and I felt that he really cared about capturing what we wanted as opposed to just saying, you know, you can tell me, but it's going to be what I want anyway.
You must have this. You know, that's the thing I want to get away from. And I love that he's taken some time to listen, to say what is it that you want to feel when you come into this place? And I think that's great. I think any great designer, decorator really should think about that.
I'd like to know what my clients' tastes are, what they're looking to use the room for, if they have a budget, so that I can achieve what their objective is. Welcome home, guys.
Oh, Rick, this is great.
Great job. Great job.
Beautiful. Yes, I love it. I love it. It looks great. We're gonna have a party?
I think so.
Hey, you are number one on the list. This is beautiful. Oh, look.
Well, here's the sideboard. I tried to make it easy for you to maintain. Got some lights to sort of flank the sides here, and the little collection of clear glass.
Okay, that's
The mantle, which is my favorite,
Oh, that's
with the
great.
Alvin Clayton, I just thought was spectacular.
And it's just enough because I love Alvin's work, and so it's nice that it doesn't upstage the work.
Yeah. And then when you sit down at this lovely table,
Okay.
Oh,
get
wow.
a great centerpiece by Eva Zizo, which is easy to maintain. You can put flowers in it or not. This is, I think, a florist's dream because you can play with it.
I don't know if I can put this back together.
We have the
That's my favorite.
sideboard.
Oh my God, I love that.
But that was to keep the African theme that was going on in that corner, but from a simple perspective.
Yeah, and I like it much better.
Okay.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love
You've done
it.
a great job, man. Really
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Just
My
enough.
pleasure.
Everything. Thank you, honey. Oh,
Anytime.
it's wonderful.
James, it's a pleasure.
All right, thanks for keeping it sexy.
Yeah.
Next on Savoy Life, we'll play a round of golf by the proper rules. And later we'll show you the clothes that will make any man look cool and sophisticated. Stay tuned. If you live a Savoy life, you always travel in style. It's just a matter of putting together the right look with the features for your luggage. What are 3 things you should consider when you're going to buy luggage?
3 things you want to consider. The most important are the quality of the materials, the design, and the craftsmanship.
Okay, are there any special features that are in luggage today?
Yes, years ago the traditional luggage was a hard case that you hand carried. Now it's moved to everything on wheels to the ease of travel.
You also carry not just the canvas, but you carry the leather too.
Yes,
How do
we
I
do.
know which one is right for me?
One is not better than the other. It's a matter of leather being a little more luxurious. And with the luxuriousness comes weight. So it's your call. But the leather pieces, as you see in the back, are absolutely magnificent.
And they're just as durable?
Just as durable.
What about cost? Is the leather going to be a whole lot more than the canvas?
It's more expensive, yes.
A whole lot more expensive?
A good amount.
What kind of price range are we talking?
There's a broad scope. If you're starting with a duffel, it's a little under $300, and they would go into pieces that are over $1,000 or a few $1,000 if you do a grouping together.
Any packing tips you could?
If you're packing casual clothes, rolling is great, or piling on top of each other and almost taking the corners of the clothes and bringing them in together, less creasing. And of course, if you're packing more, dressy clothes, then you would want to pack them in a garment bag on hangers.
Whether you travel for pleasure or for business, you've got to have the right gear and the right look. And the same goes for playing a round of golf. You have to know the rules, the dress, the etiquette.
Here we go.
My name is Rodney Green. Once you get finished and you're on the next tee, we'll just keep right on rolling. I'm the head of golf instruction at Walt Disney World. You'd be surprised at how many people place their ball right there and pick their mark up. That's just flat cheating.
My name's Matt Kalu.
All right, nice.
I represent athletes and some entertainers. As far as the rules and the etiquette go, I think we only know as much as we see on TV.
Oh, golf shot. Excuse me. Don't smirk. That's all right. Why you look right at me when you did that? See, I'm going to congratulate you on it.
Rodney being a professional golfer, also a professional trash talker.
You think I play municipalities every day or something?
This, by far, is the best part of coming to play golf.
Orm Graves is my name. I'm an investment consultant. Get off the tee, boy. Orm, what you want to do now is just hit a provisional so that when we go up here and look for this ball, if we don't find it, you won't have to come to the tee and re-tee, which is your only option for a lost ball. Fellas, I tell you what, let's play closest to the pin for $1. Oh, you gave me the wrong club.
That was painful.
This is not your normal round of golf.
Got flip-flops on. I definitely can't play in them, so I have to change them somewhere. Brought my shoes. Where can I put these things on?
Right down in the locker room, man. I tried to get him in his shoes as quick as I could. When you look at dressing properly to play at a golf course, all you simply have to do is to go and buy your apparel from a golf shop or buy your apparel from the golf section of a store, because they're going to sell what's appropriate to play. A divot happens usually with an iron shot. An iron usually will go down when you hit it with a descending blow and cause a chunk of turf to come out of the ground. Now that's a divot right there. Normally you will take the divot if you can get the piece of grass and just place it back in, and normally it'll take root and start growing again. Some of the tees have some seed sand mix where you kind of drop it, and that's absolutely the best.
You should say that because one of my pops' boys had a Harley Davidson fully tricked out. Trying to do something.
Oh, Keith, that looks good. A ball mark is an indentation that the ball makes when it lands on the green. And you can use a golf tee to fix a ball mark, or you can use a prong. The correct way to do it is to start at the outer edge of the ball mark and go around it and push all of the grass toward the center. And then you just kind of take your putter and you just tap it down. The red stake is called a lateral hazard, and unfortunately, Matt, yours was in the red. But the basic option in a lateral hazard is your 2 club lengths from where the ball last crossed. If he can find his golf ball in that hazard, he can play it. Okay, now we've already determined that this ball is not found. Now his next option will be to take a drop here. Very good. Okay, so now at this particular point, your first shot was in, you're taking your stroke, 2, and you're playing your 3rd shot at the green.
Nice.
Okay?
Nice.
All right.
If it hit the green.
Whoa, you bought something down there. So, Orm, you have what's called a regular water hazard. If you choose to play that one, which we're going to choose not to do, obviously, because it is 3 feet of water, your second option is going to be to take a point from where it last crossed and the hole, so we can see the hole is right here, and you can take an imaginary line behind you, and you can go back on that line as far as you want. So just back it up a little bit where you feel like you got a little better shot. You'll take your drop, which would actually be your second shot, and you'll play your 3rd shot to the green.
Rodney came across, my ball mark is here, but as he walked back, he walked through my line.
Well, stepping in someone's line on the green is something that you want to make sure you're watching out for, because you'll leave an indentation in the green just by your footprint and stepping down. Orm's ball is right here, so it's easy enough for me to walk on this side of his line so that I don't have to walk across his line.
A lot of work down at Princeton.
Marking your ball, it may seem to be very small in the whole scheme of things, but it's really big in regards to what people look at when you're talking about the integrity of the game. The proper way and only way to replace your ball is directly behind it and then reach back and pull your marker out. Excellent, excellent. The integrity of the game, your character is at stake. Very nice.
Yeah. Pardon us, we're just trying to fix the camera.
He just asked me, could he hit my driver? You would walk up to Tiger and say, hey, T, can I hit your driver, man? Ask B.B. King, can you play Lucille?
The rules don't always have to hurt you. There's times where they can help you, they can put you in a better position.
This is the one that you absolutely do not want to do, is stand directly behind someone.
Knowing a bit more about the proper etiquette and how you play the game.
So I would just mark my ball at this point, because if I putt it, I might be in danger of standing in his line. Good ball.
There is etiquette to follow. There are rules that you should pay attention to, and you kind of look like, silly if you don't know them and don't follow the rules.
It's funny how these putts always go in when they don't count. Oh, Keith, that was going in. Very nice etiquette.
When we come back, I'll find the best way to say thank you. Then gather your friends. We're going to party on the high seas. Stay with us. When it's time for the Savoy Life, nothing speaks to a man's personal style more than the watch he sports. If you're an action fan, the Seamaster 300 by Omega is for you. It has some amazing features for divers, such as a turning bezel and helium escape valve. Looking for adventure on land? The Tissot T-Touch is a multi-function sports watch that can switch between its features by simply touching the crystal. For the time-sensitive executive, there is the Blancpain Perpetual Calendar. This amazing timepiece has a mechanical memory that will accurately keep track of the date and time without any manual adjustment until the year 2100. For the ultimate in precision timekeeping, there is the elegant Rougeau Platinum Tourbillon. This timepiece truly brings the art of watchmaking to a new level. Thrive on exclusivity? Try Tourneau's Gotham Limited Edition with the unique 4-level hand-decorated Deco style dial. This edition is limited to 100 pieces. The Savoy Life isn't only something you can get for yourself, it's about giving to others too. A thank you gift tells a lot about who you are. So a great gift idea can go a long way. A thank you gift can be appropriate when someone has given you an extraordinary amount of themselves in an unexpected way.
How much money should you spend on a thank you gift?
Well, I don't think it should be any set amount. I think you should give what you can afford. I would basically say keep it in the $20 to $50 range.
I just never know what to get for a thank you gift. I'm tired of sending flowers. What is a really unique gift idea?
Well, art is always an easy way to go. You definitely can't go wrong with art. We have handmade ostrich eggs, which have 55 coats of varnish on it. So no two are ever the same. You can have small, you can have large. Also, we have handmade gourds that have dried philodendron leaves on them. Some have porcupine. And also we have artwork that's either canvas or paper.
Are there any inappropriate gifts to send to any particular people?
I wouldn't send Bath and Body to someone that I really don't know, because to me that's very, very personal.
Of course, one of the most graceful ways to say thank you is with a handwritten note on some beautiful stationery, because not only does it express your feelings, but your own distinctive style.
What are a few things I should consider when looking for stationery? Cardstock, color, what?
The first thing you should consider is your personality in terms of letter writing. Are you the kind of person that has so much to say that you want a large sheet of stationery to say it on? Are you the kind of person who wants to send a lot of little notes to people? Do you send things to your friends and your family? Do you send things out for business purposes? There really isn't anything that's appropriate or inappropriate. It really has to be something that expresses who you are. There are several forms of printing that are appropriate for stationery. The first thing, engraving or letterpress. Engraving is where an image is actually embossed, so it's raised from the surface. Letterpress, the image is recessed into the paper. Then you have thermography. Thermography was created as a way to imitate engraving at a much lesser cost. There's no plates involved. And that uses a laser type of technology with a toner that's then heated up and raised. And then you have offset printing, which uses a flat ink right against the paper. Good stationery and currency are made from the same thing. As a matter of fact, American currency is printed on cotton paper made by Cranes. The fact is that you can take a dollar bill and run it through the laundry because it's made from 100% cotton, so is good stationery.
Coming up, a bad boy record exec gets some good fashion advice. And later, learn how to relax with the getaway in your hometown. Next on Savoy Life. One of the rules of Savoy Life is that if you work hard, you deserve a reward. And nothing is more rewarding than a fun, sporty piece of jewelry. And since I've been working really hard, I think I deserve a little something special too.
What are 3 different types of jewelry I should think about buying?
Definitely should have a great big chandelier earring that has just blown out of the water. It's taken off. Second, I would definitely purchase a cuff, be it gold, be it silver, be it leather with silver buckle, which can be dressy, can be casual. I also think that I would purchase sort of a personal necklace that can be layered. It's great because it gives a person versatility. It's important that people can really have pieces that they can wear in various different ways.
Now, if I wanted to buy a piece of jewelry for myself that I could wear every day, what would you suggest?
Nowadays, I would suggest something in a stone called Moonlight, which is sort of in the moonstone family, just a bit more clear, and it's sort of pearlescent white. You can wear it anywhere, anytime, summer, winter. Very popular. A lot of designers are working in it. And
what are some of the classic pieces that will last?
the ID bracelet's been around for years. That's certainly not going away.
Now, what's hot for men? A lot of guys are wearing platinum right now.
Men like platinum. I think it's a bump up from silver, but men tend to still go for the chunky ID bracelet. Cufflinks are always a great thing that men buy.
Now, a piece like this one says a lot about the man who's wearing it. But a man can't just wear jewelry. He's got to have the right clothes. Clothes that define cool and sophistication.
As the CFO of the very fashion-conscious Bad Boy Entertainment, Derek Ferguson wears the same suits and ties to work every day. So we enlisted Kevin Stewart, the creative director and fashion expert of Savoy Magazine, to help enhance Derek's wardrobe by showing him some clothing essentials.
So, Kevin, I pulled out a few items from my closet as you asked me to. Here's just a basic pair of pants. I have these in several colors, pretty much the same thing. This is one of my more fashionable suits, but a business suit in a beige. This pretty much typifies the type of thing I would wear on a daily basis.
Okay, no, I like what I see here, and it's a great foundation. But what we're going to do is we're going to expand on that and do more dress casual. So come on, let's get started. Great. Not much changes in menswear. It's reinterpreting the classics. A pair of pants is always going to have 2 legs. A sweater is never going to have 3 arms. But there's a lot of room in between to make it new, make it fresh, make you keep coming back for more.
I think people look at me as just very conservative. I'm the finance guy wearing suits.
You need certain elements to a wardrobe that will carry you through many situations. I don't believe in frivolous shopping. It's not always about what you want, it's what you need. So as you go out to look for these essential items, think about where you're going. What are you going to need this for? Where are you traveling to? I want to talk about outerwear first. And you've got many different styles, you've got many different skins. You got the leather, you got shearling, you got corduroy. It's best to go with something that's a 3/4 length because I don't see the shorter jacket like the shearling here. It's going to cut you. Right. And I'd like a little swagger to you because you got a nice height about you. Okay.
Yeah, one thing I get teased about at the office is my shoes. Even if I have a combination on it, people like to look down at my shoes and say, wrong shoes.
Yeah. Like this is a great shoe. It's got a soft rubber sole. Right. It's molded to your foot. And I like suedes because it just adds another alternative from that.
I always worry about just the care of suede.
You know what? You just get a suede spray it on. You can go in the rain and that, in the snow. As long as you take care, give it a brush now and then. Right. At least one of your essentials should be just a little more forward in its thinking. Whether it's color, shape, it just gives that essential a little more edge to it. Makes it a little more modern.
What's the key to keeping a good mixing and matching of clothes?
I think what happens when you're starting to mix with patterns, it's best to go with a solid on the bottom. Right. You say you want to try this with this. Right. You don't want too much pattern going on because that takes a whole lot of thought.
Right.
And now I just want to give you some ideas on, weekend wear. And Swiss Army cut their niche in the market to do some functional clothing, that has some stretch to it. Right. They're breathable fabrics. It's the idea of layering. And then your color palette range from the traditional with the reds, but it also goes back into the blacks and the charcoal.
Right.
Which may be more suited for you.
Yes.
I don't see you as a red guy.
Right.
You know, so, all right. All right.
After giving Derek some fly fashion ideas and a few shopping tips, it was time for Derek to try on Kevin's essential items that will help him create a good fall-winter wardrobe.
All right.
What do you think?
All right, great. It's a good start. You're wearing the basic black. You got your surface texture on your turtleneck. You got a pleated trouser on. Now, with every wardrobe, you got to experiment a little bit with color. So I know this is a bit shocking, but when you put it on, it takes on a different life.
Yeah,
you know,
I have to admit, when I first saw the color, I didn't think I would like it at all. Now that I see it all put together, I actually like it a lot.
now we're going to try something else. A little something dark, very sexy. This is an updated version of a stadium coat by Sean John.
Okay, you know the company?
It's again a classic, but it's updated. But what he did was he put a fur lining in it, and that makes it really fly. Every man should own a camel coat because you can mix it with black, you can mix it with chocolate. It's a great winter coat, and it's elegant. This is a timeless classic. This is by Ralph Lauren.
I feel rich all of a sudden.
This is a microfiber raincoat by Everett Hall. The great thing about this coat, it's got a great drape to it.
I love the fabric.
If you're traveling on business, it's a great piece to take with you. It'll fold up nicely, and it'll come back to life, and it's not something that you have to worry about so much wrinkle. Now, I'm going to throw one more thing on top of that. This is Everett Hall. This is a perfect car coat in cashmere.
Wow.
Okay.
I like it.
Again, a travel item. Here's a great shirt jacket by Michael Toski. It's got great top stitching, a little detail. You can throw it on over a t-shirt, a long sleeve knit, you know, and you can pair it with a pair of jeans. Well, here we are, we're down to the last detail. A great pair of Hugo Boss shoes, that nice ankle boot. You know, and this can go with jeans or even, you know, just a pair of khakis. And I like suedes because it just adds another alternative for men. You know, there's always a watch for every occasion, and there's a watch to be worn with every outfit. But always remember, when you're wearing black, you want to have your black band on your watch. Now, he's going to look smooth all the time. That's what we want to be. We want to be fly 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That's all we can ever ask for.
Great, well, I appreciate it. I feel equipped for the fall. I think I'm ready to go.
Well, I think you are.
Okay, I got the 10 essentials. I'm ready.
Cool. All right.
Next up, melt away stress with a relaxing weekend getaway. And come aboard a yacht party, a great way to hang out with your friends, rain or shine. Coming up. We've been searching for a Savoy Life, and I think we deserve a little break. Maybe a spa with lots of pampering and indulgent products, and we don't even have to leave home for that. I asked home spa consultant Hillary Gilliard to help me figure out how to create a spa-like environment in my house.
I think two things. One is if you're going to be doing a full renovation, there's lots of products and technology to consider. If you're not going to be doing renovation, then I think it's really about enhancing the environment, bringing in products and accessories that will create that sanctuary. Waterworks specializes in the area of the bath experience, and so they have everything from the tubs to the towels, from the sinks to the soap, and they have a lot of specialists, and they give you a lot of handheld care when you come into the store.
What are some of the most essential bath and body products you should have at home?
Well, I think it's about engaging all the senses. You want to address the scent, the smells, and so you want to use products that are scented like candles and body oils and lotions. You also want to address the touch, and many of the same products that have scents also have a tactile quality to them, like the lotions and the oils. Mm-hmm. You also want to deal with the sound. So music is an essential quality. Anything that's inspirational is really nice. And then also the lighting is a big factor. So you want to create an ambient lighting. So I think candles are wonderful to create the mood, or dimmers so that you can lower the lights.
Having a spa experience at home is great. But getting away for a stress-free weekend is even better. With all the planning and scheduling, though, it may be hard to make it happen. And once you get there, it may be even harder to lay back. But relax, we have got it all figured out.
The hassle and buzz of the city can be turned into background noise if you just relax. That's what best friends Lynn McDaniel and Stacey Harris had in mind when they booked 2 rooms for a weekend at the luxurious 15 Beacon Hotel in Boston.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome to 15 Beacon Hotel.
Thank you. I recently relocated to the Boston area. I'm a trailing spouse with my husband and my daughter Sydney, who's almost 8. Absolutely beautiful. There's a lot of flux going on. We're buying a house. I'm putting my daughter into school, and I really just needed to get away.
You're going to be on the 2nd floor in adjoining rooms.
Okay, good. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
We've known each other over 25 years now, so I was looking forward to it.
Wow. Isn't this wonderful?
I tend to work with very high-stressed people.
Enlisted to help Stacey and Lynn chill out was stress management consultant Tulani De Marseille.
Unfortunately, stress is simply a part of being human, but the key is really learning to manage it. The goal for this weekend really is to provide Lynn and Stacey with activities that they can use to relax. It's wonderful to finally meet you.
You too. Over the phone before we met her, Talani gave us the idea of considering a boutique hotel.
Many people think that they need to travel in order to have a wonderful weekend getaway, but in fact, there are many boutique hotels right within their own cities. You're really going to find really an oasis.
This is great.
The first tip that I'd like to share with you is to just remove your watch.
Is that how we start?
Think so.
I think by removing the watch, you're telling yourself that I'm here to relax.
We did order champagne, right?
I think that's a tip we probably could take back with us.
Cheers.
After the ladies soaked in the view, it was time to soak in their tubs.
The aromatherapy bath for me was a totally new experience. I really was able to relax.
An aromatherapy bath could include lavender oil, chamomile oils. I would suggest rose petals. You could line your bathtub or your bathroom with nice candles. It immediately helps to calm a person down.
Lynn and Stacey ended their first day by staying in and making a sensible call to room service.
I'm definitely gonna have chocolate cake. So I'm so ready for this.
The walk that we took Saturday morning was wonderful.
Oh, this is so quaint. It really is.
I recommend walking as a way to release stress, but it's the way that you walk. It's walking mindfully and just being within that present moment, being aware of the fact that your feet are touching the ground, being aware of the fact that maybe there's wind that's blowing on your face. It's really not trying to get to any particular place in a rush, but it's really just enjoying that moment.
It supported what happened the day before, and it set the tone for the rest of the day.
Thank you.
Once back at 15 Beacon, it was time to take advantage of the car and driver provided by the hotel and hit the city.
This weekend getaway is a time for Stacey and for Lynn to come together and participate in the different activities that they both enjoy.
The tip that Talani gave us about picking something where you share a passion is extremely important. Lynn and I have known each other for 25 years, and this has been a long passion and common interest for us. You know, more than just books per se, but even the love of bookstores. What'd you find?
That's my husband. When he was 8.
Is it really? Oh, that's you have to get this for him.
Thanks again.
The spa's down this way.
Oftentimes when we give so much of ourselves every day to our families and our jobs, it's really important to relax, to go to a spa.
Stacey, good to meet you.
This is our ritual steam chamber.
It allowed both of us to enjoy individual quiet time so you could appreciate being with your friend and still having your own space, if you will.
That was great. One of the reasons why we chose this hotel was because there was a great restaurant attached to it, and we don't have to run out. Everything sounds delicious. I don't know what to choose. One of the things we decided to do on our very last day was to take our time leaving. And so we thought we would just spend the morning in our robes, have breakfast in the room. It was an indulgent type thing to do, but certainly needed. I just feel spoiled this weekend.
This has been a great trip.
Coming up, throw a yacht party, a day trip your friends will be talking about for years. Next. Music is a huge part of the Savoy life. Here is a list of essential CDs you must have in your collection. A Twist of Motown is a great collection that puts a new spin on some classic soul. And if you're in the mood for some R&B that's a little more new school, try New Edition's Lost in Love. Sometimes you've just got to dance. When that happens, try the At the Club collection from Smooth Grooves, a mix of house hits that's guaranteed to get the party started. When you're looking for something a little bit harder, try We Invented the Remix by P. Diddy and Bad Boy Records. It's a disc of all the Bad Boy classic tracks and remixes. You'll always find the right mood for some soul-searching gospel, so thank heavens for God's Leading Ladies, presented by T.D. Jakes. Want to just chill out with some reggae? Check out Reggae Gold 99, a great mix of hits from Sean Paul, Beanie Man, and many others. If you want to slow things down, check out the Smooth Grooves compilation of soulful duets. It's a mix of artists that will bring out your mellow side. When I go in search of the Savoy Life, I only want to do it in comfort and style. And there is no better way to do that than behind the wheel of an elegant classic sports car. A car that is just perfect for me.
This is a luxury icon, and ever since you're a young child, you always wanted that Mercedes-Benz SL. And since 1954, this car has stood this test of time.
What are some of the special features on this particular car?
First of all, you have the navigation system, GPS. You can program your address, get you from point A to point B without even doing anything at all. If you're driving on the highway, you can hit this little button here, and the little roll bar behind you will pop up.
That's for wind?
That's for wind, so you have long here. It'll take the wind right over the car.
Great.
And then the other feature, which I'd like you to try, touch that button if you don't mind, push down. And the retractable hardtop
Oh, this is great.
will transform the car from a convertible to a nice cozy coupe with a glass top. Want to go for a test drive?
Right now. What is the sticker price on this particular car?
This starts at $86,000.
And what's the highest it can go?
Highest it can go is about $105. That's for all the toys.
Boy, when you get behind the wheel of a sports car like this, it makes you feel like you can go anywhere. Well, maybe except for on the water. For that, you need the yacht. And even if you don't own one, you can still get your friends together and go out for a party on the high seas.
Doing something on a boat, getting away from the city is quite nice. It's a rare occasion that we get to do something that's pretty intimate, just with our close friends.
For Len and Marcia Burnett, a yacht party was the best way to gather their good friends for a mini getaway when planning a real vacation was just impossible. Event planner Heather Bryant helped organize their party.
From a party planner's perspective, having a party on the yacht is wonderful in that it allows everybody to just kind of leave their life at home and jump on a boat and play. The advantage to hiring a party planner in an instance like this allows for Marcia and Len to be involved in the process but not be boggled down with the tedious day-to-day preparation.
So we love the yacht that you chose. It's perfect.
I'm so happy. I am thrilled. The first thing that you want to consider is what your budget allows for. And a yacht in the New York area ranges from $300 to $500 an hour. People normally take a boat out for approximately 4 hours.
I was a little concerned that, the whole renting of a yacht might be expensive. With the yacht being the decoration in itself, I realized it wasn't as expensive as I first imagined it could be.
The invitation is the first thing that guests see. It sets the tone for the event. I brought you a few things to look at. Well, this was the one that at the onset I wasn't certain whether you were going to choose the boat, and I think it's a little slick for the job.
Right.
And then this one I thought was nice, but it's
a little Pirate of the Caribbean.
Exactly. It speaks to the personalities of the couple and what people can anticipate moving forward. This one I think might do the job here. And it's lighthearted, it's easy to produce.
And the color scheme matches.
Exactly, exactly. I'm so glad you like it. With doing an invitation your own, you might select a great paper store that will give you all the resources right there so that you can combine and take a look on site before you make any purchases. And for the menu, I thought we would think of something that's very easy, something that's room temperature and easy to carry on to the boat. And you can have your friends bring beverages of their choosing and some appetizers. Well, I think we're on our way. I'm excited.
Me too.
I am placing a rug mat underneath this tray so that it does not move around. These pillows are from Marcia's family room. They add a little bit more comfort and a little ambiance to the environment. I'm placing the paper plates in the chargers, making them a little bit more sturdy and easier to handle, and definitely more attractive. The favor that Marcia and Len have selected was inspired by a beach throw that was wrapped in a harness. This is our interpretation of the beach throw. This is a rope from the hardware store along with our beach towel. Inside each one is the sunblock that is the gift for the guests. Upon their arrival, each couple will receive one. In the New York area, a party of this nature is approximately $400 per couple. But you can cut the costs by not hiring a caterer necessarily, but creating the theme yourself and executing all the components on your own, shared by the four couples. I think it was well worth the $400 per couple.
It looks delicious.
To have an afternoon on a yacht in New York City, there's no question. Nothing like it.
And even as a beautiful day turns stormy, the party goes on.
It's a nice way to spend a rainy Sunday.
The rain is wonderful. We're among friends.
The food is great.
Having a little wine, a little grub. It's all good.
If it rains, it's still a lot of fun as long as you're inside amongst your friends. Find some time to get together, to hang out, to enjoy, what life has to offer. I think it's important. Here's a toast to good friends and a good life.
And a good store.
And a great store.
When we come back, our journey concludes as we look at what makes a Savoy life the good life.
This For a Savoy Life is a trip you take in style. It's as much an attitude as it is an action.
Savoy Life is about living life to the fullest and taking time to experience all the rewards of living well. Whether you're planning a party on a yacht or playing a round of golf, Savoy Life will show you how to do it with style, with a nod towards timeless fashion that speaks to the modern urban sophisticate. Discovering amazing hotels sure to fulfill your expectations, or decorating your home in a refreshing mix of modern and classic style. That's Savoy Life.
Well, it seems we've reached the end of our journey, but I hope we've given you some great ideas on how to turn your life into a Savoy life, because power, substance, and style are always worth searching for. I'm Lisa Johnson-Smith.
Find more at at fineliving.com. Real information for real people.